Dear students, good morning. Today I am going to deal with the topic Sinophysia. First of all, we have a look on the important characteristics of Sinophysia. Three important characteristics has to be pointed out about the important characteristics of Sinophysia. First one, nucleus is of prokaryotic nature. That is, it is devoid of nuclear membrane and nucleolus. As like all prokaryotes, the Sinophysia is also we can include the Sinophysia also into a prokaryotes. Second important diagnostic feature is that there is absence of well-organized cell organelles. Well-organized cell organelle is absent as like all prokaryotes. The third diagnostic feature or important characteristic is pigments are distributed throughout the chromatoplasm. What is chromatoplasm? It is the outer part of the protoplasm. The pigment present in the Sinophysia are distributed throughout the outer part of the protoplasm. The outer part of the protoplasm, which is called as chromatoplasm. And these three important characteristics is of three important characteristics for Sinophysia. First one, nucleus is of prokaryotic nature. Second one, absence of well-organized cell organelles. And third one, pigments are distributed throughout the chromatoplasm. Then, important characteristics of the division Sinophysia. The individual cells are prokaryotic in nature, that we already hear. The nucleus is incipient type and they lack membrane bound organelle. Second one, both vegetative and reproductive cells are non-flagellated. Both vegetative and reproductive cells are non-flagellated. Third, cell wall is made up of microfibrils and is differentiated into 4 layers. The cell wall composed of mucopeptide along with the carbohydrate, amino acid and fatty acid. The fourth characteristic, locomotion is generally absent, but when occurs, it is by gliding or by jerky type movement. Fifth one, the principal pigments are chlorophyll A, which is green pigment, then Sinophysian phycocyanin, which is blue in color, Sinophysian phycoerythrin, which is red in color. So, three types of colored pigments are there. One is green colored, second is blue colored, and third is red colored. The green colored pigment, which is called chlorophyll, blue colored pigment, which is called phycocyanin, and red colored pigment, which is called phycoerythrin. Since this phycocyanin and phycoerythrin, which is a special type of pigment seen, and there is a modification in Sinophysin, so we can call it as C-phycocyanin and C-phycoerythrin. In addition, other pigments like beta-carotene and different xanthophylls like myxoxanthin and myxoxanthophylls are also present. Then, about another feature, membrane-bound chromatophores are absent, but the pigments are found embedded in thylakoids. So, membrane-bound pigment containing portions are not seen. If that membrane-bound structures are seen, we can call it as a chromatophore, and the presence of that chromatophore is absent. Instead of chromatophores, the pigments are seen in thylakoids. The reserve foods are Sinophysin starch and Sinophysin granules. And this Sinophysin granule, which is a protein. Many filamentous members possess specialized cell for function. There is many filamentous cells which possess specialized cell for function. One is the center of nitrogen fixation, which is called heterocyst. Reproduction takes place by vegetative and asexual method. Vegetative reproduction takes place by cell division, fragmentation, etc. Asexual reproduction takes place by endospore formation, exospores, and akinete. And in Cyanophyceae, sexual reproduction is completely absent. But in some cases, there is genetic recombination is also reported. Even though sexual reproduction is absent, genetic recombination is reported. So as a result of genetic recombination, what will happen? There will be combination or recombining the genetic resource of a species. So mainly the reproduction is by vegetative and asexual method. So we can say that sexual reproduction is absent. Then where these Cyanophyceae occurs? Members of Cyanophyceae are available in different habitats. Some of the species are noted in freshwater, for example, Oscillatoria. Some are noted in marine habitat, for example, Trichodesmium. And also, some species of this Oscillatoria and nostocs are also seen in terrestrial habitat. So once again, Cyanophyceae are available in different habitat, usually in freshwater and also in marine, and few species or some species of Oscillatoria and nostocs are grown in terrestrial habitat. Species of some members like Anabaena, which is also grow as an endophyte. Endophyte means which is seen inside the body of a plant. For example, in the thallus of Anthoceros, this Anabaena is noted, and this Anthoceros, which belongs to a bryophyte. The details you study later about bryophytes. And also this Anabaena is also noted in the leaves of Azolla, which is a pteridophyte. So in bryophyte, in pteridophytes, this Anabaena is noted, and also in the root of Cycas, the Cycas which belongs to a gymnosperm, and in the root of Cycas, nostoc is seen. So Anabaena is seen in Anthoceros and Azolla, and the nostoc which is noted in the root of Cycas. Species of nostoc, Cytonema, etc. grow symbiotically with different fungi, and it also forms the symbiotic association which is known as lichens. Some members like nostoc, Anabaena, which can fix atmospheric nitrogen and increase soil fertility. Then about the thallus organization of Cyanophyceae, there are thallus may be of unicellular or colonial form. Unicellular means single-celled thallus, and colonial forms means more than cells unite together to form a colony. In the colonial forms, the cells may be usually in the unicellular forms, the cells may be oval or spherical. For example, Crucoccus. In the colonial form, the members of the cell remain attached together by a gelatinous matrix. And the presence of this gelatinous matrix attach different cells together to form a colony. So in colonial form, different cells unite together to form a colony or unite together to form a single organism. And the colonial form, there are two types. They are non-filamentous forms and filamentous forms. Colonial form, two types, non-filamentous and filamentous types. The cells of these types, that is filamentous or non-filamentous types, they divide either alternately or no, in the colonial or colonial form, not in filamentous form, in round form, It will divide either alternately or in three planes, and they may be of spherical, for example Coelocepharium. They may be of cubical, example Eucapsis. There may be a squarish, square shape. This is example is Merismopedia. It may be of irregular, example Microcystis. So in the colony which is seen as a round form, it may be of four type. Once again, spherical, cubical, squarish and irregular. By the repeated cell division in one plane, single row of cells are formed, which is known as trichome. So Cyanophysia colony may be seen as a round mass, or Cyanophysia colony may be seen as a elongated form. And if it is seen as a filamentous form, it is known as trichome. For example, Oscillatoria and Spirulina, etc. The trichome, when covered by mucilaginous sheath, which we call it as filament. If it is a single trichome, for example Oscillatoria, there may be several trichomes. Then example for it is Hydrocoleus, that if the trichomes are unbranched. Example Oscillatoria. For the trichomes branched, example Mastigocladus. If it is sparsely branched, example Scytonema. So if that based on the nature of the trichomes, it is divided into with a single trichome, with the several trichome, with the unbranched trichome, with the branched trichome, and with the falsely branched trichomes. Then about the reproduction, the blue-green algae Cyanophysae reproduce by both vegetative and asexual means. So sexual reproduction is absent, which I told in the first when we told in the characteristic features. In the web of the vegetative reproduction, it is of fission, fragmentation, hormogonia formation and hormospores, which all we studied in the characteristics of algae. Fission, example for Cyanophysae is Cyancococcus. Fragmentation, Oscillatoria. For the hormogonia formation, Oscillatoria nostoc. For hormospores, Planococci. And those species which shows asexual reproduction or the type of asexual reproductions are achaenates, which we studied in the previous class. Example Anabina. Second one is endospores, example Dermocarpa. Third one is exospores, example Microcystis. Then what is Gaidaco phenomena? Cyanophysae appears blue-green in yellow light, green in red light and reddish in green light. Once again, Cyanophysae appears blue-green in yellow light, green in red light and reddish in green light. This phenomenon was first invented by Gaidaco in 1903 and is called the Gaidaco phenomenon. Many members of Cyanophysae have the capacity to change their color in relation to the variation of wavelength of incident light. So, types of or the nature of light inside or nature of light received on the surface of the body, Cyanophysae have the capacity to change their color. The efficiency to change the pigment composition to absorb maximal light for photosynthesis with the variation of incident light is called complementary chromatic adaptation. So Gaidaco phenomena, which the name given after the scientist who invented it, is otherwise also known as complementary chromatic adaptation. So what is it? It is the efficiency to change the pigment composition to absorb maximal light for photosynthesis with the variation of incident light. This change in phenomena is noted because it is an adaptation of Cyanophysae to absorb maximal light to affect the maximum efficiency of photosynthesis. So students, today we deal with the topics on Cyanophysae. First three diagnostic features of Cyanophysae. Then we deal with the important characteristics of Cyanophysae, and also we go through the different types of reproduction in Cyanophyceae, and the last one is phenomena noticed by Cyanophyceae, which is known as guide of two phenomena. Students, you all go through this and study well.